What if Hermione Granger was never actually naturally smart? Think about it. While everyone else was waiting for the teacher to explain something, Hermione had already read the chapter. While everyone else was panicking before an exam, she had been preparing for it weeks ago. And while everyone else wanted to look intelligent, Hermione wanted to actually know things. And there is a difference between these both. But now here's the part that nobody talks about. You do not need Hermione's brain to have Hermione's mindset. You just need to change the way you approach learning, discipline, confidence, and failure. And by the end of this video, you will indeed have a practical Hermione-inspired system you can actually use in your own life. So let's go. Let's do one character at a time. Our today's character is Hermione Granger from Harry Potter. Let's start with the most important one. She does not wait to be taught. Hermione does not just learn because someone tells her to. She is curious. If she does not understand something, she investigates it. If there is a word she does not know, she looks it up. If there is a topic she finds interesting, she goes deeper. And that is one of the biggest differences between someone who is good at school and someone who is genuinely intelligent. So guys, instead of asking, will this be on the exam? Start asking, why does this work? Because memorizing an answer might get you marks. But understanding the answer gives you something much more valuable. And that valuable thing is knowledge, which you can actually use anywhere. Now here's a small Hermione challenge for you. Listen to me. Such a small one. Every day, learn one thing that was not assigned to you. One new word, maybe one historical fact, one scientific concept, one page of a book. Trust me, it does not have to be huge. The goal is to become someone who is naturally curious. She prepares before she panics. Here is something that Hermione understands that most people learn far too late. Confidence often comes from preparation. Hermione does not walk into an exam thinking, hopefully I remember something. She walks in knowing she has prepared. And that changes everything because imagine having an exam tomorrow. You could spend tonight thinking, I'm so behind, I'm probably going to fail, I should have started earlier, or you could open your book and do something about it. That's the Hermione mindset. Do not spend all your energy worrying about the problem. Turn the anxiety into preparation. Make the notes, do the questions, review your mistakes, and test yourself. And then just simply repeat. Now, here's a little secret. Trust me, you do not have to feel motivated first because the true motivation never comes. Sometimes you just have to first start, and motivation comes later. Third, she treats books like superpowers. Now, this is the point that I have been telling in almost every video of mine. Hermione's books are not just school supplies, they are tools. And this is where you can completely change your relationship with reading. Don't read just to say, I finished a book. Read because you want to become someone who knows more than they knew yesterday. Try having different categories of books around you. Maybe a novel to improve your imagination, a history book to understand the world, maybe a science book to understand how things work. What about a biography to understand people? And maybe something about a subject you have never studied before, because every book gives you another perspective. And just imagine doing this for a year, just 10 pages a day. That is over 3,600 pages. That is not a personality trait, that is a habit. Many people hate being called a nerd, but trust me, I don't think so there can be a better compliment than being called a nerd. This one might be the most important one. Hermione does not stop being intelligent because other people think she's too much. She likes learning, she works hard, she cares about doing well, and she does not completely shrink herself just to fit in. And honestly, you do not have to either. If you like studying, study. If you love books, read. If you enjoy learning random facts, learn them. If you're ambitious, be ambitious. You do not need to pretend you don't care just because caring is not cool. See, being passionate about something is not embarrassing. And there is something incredibly powerful about becoming comfortable with being different. She uses failures as information. Hermione is just a human. She's not perfect. She gets things wrong. She struggles the way you do. She does not always have the answer. But there is a key difference between you and Hermione. She does not treat mistakes as proof that she's stupid. She treats them as information. And trust me, you can do the same. Instead of, I am terrible at maths, I can never do good at maths, I hate maths, just say, I have not mastered this topic yet. And instead of, I am bad at writing, I can never write, I am really bad at words and vocabulary, just say, I need more practice. What is so hard about being good to yourself? That tiny change in language changes the way you think. A mistake is not a verdict, it's a feedback. So, after every test, assignment, or difficult topic, ask yourself, what did I get wrong? Why did I get wrong? And what will I do differently next time? That is exactly how you turn failure into progress. Build your own Hermione routine. Now, let's turn all of this into something you can actually do. Every morning, write down the 3 most important things you need to accomplish. Not a full routine, what to do from 5 to 10, 6 to 3. No. Just 3 things. Just write down 3 things that you want to accomplish. Not 20, just 3. Then during the day, spend at least 30 minutes learning something deeply without distractions. And I'm talking about anything. Maybe a psychological fact, maybe a scientific fact, maybe a historical fact, anything, but without distractions and deep phone away, no switching between 5 apps, just you and the subject. Then, step number 3, read 10 pages. Please. This is something that you actually need to start. And finally, last, before sleeping, ask yourself one question. What did I learn today that I didn't know yesterday? That's it. Do that consistently and you will slowly become a completely different person. But here is what I really want you to take away from Hermione. Her greatest strength is not her intelligence, it is her attitude towards intelligence. She does not assume she already knows everything. She does not wait for someone to make her curious. She does not rely entirely on talent. She reads, she prepares, she asks questions, she practices, she makes mistakes, and she keeps going. That is something you can copy and you should copy. You do not have to become Hermione Granger. You are different. You just have to become a more curious, disciplined, and prepared version of yourself. So the next time you do not feel like studying, do not ask, do I feel motivated? Ask, what would Hermione do? She would probably open the book, and honestly, maybe that's exactly what you should do too. If you want to build the Hermione Granger mindset, start today. Not tomorrow, today, right now. Read one page, learn one thing, finish one task, and just repeat tomorrow. Because becoming the most smart girl is not one magical transformation. It is thousands of tiny decisions made when nobody is watching. That is it for today. Please make sure to like and subscribe and comment down which character should I do next. Bye bye.